Hello and welcome to Clutch Talk 101. I'm going to be going over every single game from week four, obviously, besides the Monday night game. We're going to start with the morning game, the Vikings and the Saints in London. Uh, Overall, in this game, I wasn't impressed with much by either team besides maybe Justin Jefferson. Uh, he had 10 yards for 147 yards against one of the league's best corners. That was pretty nice to see him bounce back. I think he was probably ready for that matchup, but everything else, I mean, Dalton didn't look awful for the Saints. He didn't have any turnovers. He was relatively efficient, but I was grouped him and Matt Ryan together. They both play very similar. They both play kind of like overly conservative. They almost play scared, but they're smart. So I mean, keeps them above water, but it does. They never really make plays for them. Uh, Good for the Vikings to get a win. I don't think the Saints are a legit team until they get a quarterback, to be honest. They have a great squad, but their quarterback position's holding them back bad. So for the Vikings to get a win was a big week for them because this was kind of a challenge going up against that defense on a neutral field. They took advantage of it. Dalvin Cook had 20 carries, I think 70 yards, which isn't good, but it's at least he's getting the rock quite a bit. And Thielen had a solid day and 70 yards as well. So it looks like their offense is little bit more back on track. Uh, but overall, it was a relatively entertaining game to start the morning. Um, like I said, Andy Dalton looked decent. Michael Thomas was out, and it just that team it doesn't look like it's at its highest functioning point. Their offense is just playing too conservative in my eyes. I think you got Chris Olave. You need to make a little more plays. I started throwing to him a little more at the end, but he's your playmaker. You got to give him the ball. Period. So, but for the Vikings, I can see them riding this. For at the end of the season, I could just see them winning about nine. I think that's going to be my final prediction for the Vikings is 9 wins this year, and the Saints probably about eight. Vikings might make a little wild card push, but Kirk Cousins might hold them back. But he won in a prime time game, if you call prime time 9 o'clock in the morning. Uh, they were the lone game, so I guess props to him for not choking it out completely. He got the ball to his playmakers, and hopefully he can stay a little more consistent throughout the year and have more games like that.